something tonight. I know you're hurting all too well. Insanely sorry. You play your words out all too well. Money ends to me. I know this story all too well. It's badly ended. You play your cards out all too well. Don't you? Well, don't you? You want some social going all the words you say about I know this story all too well. Better safe than sorry. Take what's learned. My heart is starting to flatline over you, and the pain is taking on its toll. I know you're taking on too well. Sadly sorry. You placed my heart down and fell in its right. I know that story all too well. It's finally ended. You play your cards out all so well. Don't you? Well, don't you? You want some touching going all the words you say about I know this story all too well. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Now look, hush. All the curtains inside me down. For you don't want to let me care. As I'm breathing out my eyes won't see no light. I know that I will make it. My heart can finally take it. All of the lies that you've deprived for so long on your line. I know this story all too well. It's finally ended. You play your cards out all too well. Don't you? Well, don't you? You want some touching going with all the words you say you got. I know this story all too well. Better safe than sorry. It's over. It's over. It's over. Better safe than sorry. It's over. It's over. And now take this page and just throw it away. Just throw it away. Just down. Burn. Throw it away. Just burn. Throw it away. Just burn. Yeah. Down. Don't you?
This is Studio A with Allie Norton. Tonight, photography by Amber Dawn Hilton. Music by SaySwear. And Life on the Sun. And now, Allie Norton.
What a show do we have for you today. First, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Studio A. I'm your host, Allie Norton, and in the house today we have an amazing photographer and two talented bands. We just heard a little from the band SaySwear, who is actually sitting with me right now. We have the lead vocalist, Jason, and we have the guitar player, Joe.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So, SaySwear, you guys have opened for a couple of big name bands, correct? Mm-hmm. What's the biggest artist that you've opened for?
So far, just a couple weeks ago, opened for Uncle Cracker at the Fresno Fair on the Paul. And then last year we actually opened at the Crest Theater for 10 years in Seven Dust. So
That's really awesome. Like, is that like the biggest rush that you've ever had, like opening for all those fans?
I usually sing with my eyes closed, so not really much for me. But it is a very intense feeling, but it's also a very magical feeling because you're definitely connecting with somebody in the crowd. So.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about this band that you guys have.
SaySwear. The band name is actually based off of a promise. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, SaySwear, like you promise," and we kind of figured that we could incorporate it into a band, to where it basically just meant you promise. So it's kind of a promise that all 5 members have. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
And Joe, when did this group get started?
It's been almost 3 years now, but I've only been in the band for the last 2 months. So I had a lot to learn really fast.
Really fast.
So Joe, tell me a little bit about the music that you guys write. What about the lyrics?
The lyrics is really his department. I was actually a big fan of the band before I got into it, so I wasn't involved in the writing process with a lot of the songs. And I just kind of came into it and did my own little thing. I've had about 2 months to get everything perfected.
Jason, do you have like a strategy for like when you're writing up lyrics?
Yeah, everything is transpired and inspired by the actual musicians. So if Joe's writing an actual guitar riff, I try to pull from what inspired that. I like to keep things as organic as possible. So whatever he's going through, if it's a relationship, if it's personal, usually I can sense that in whatever he's writing, and so I therefore take that one step further and further the process by placing it into words. I try to give every song in the band a voice, and I feel that's kind of my purpose as not necessarily a vocalist, but more like a lyricist. So.
Great. And if you want to listen to any of their music, you can log on to YouTube. It's /SaySwear Music and the number 1. We'll be right back after this.